Yeah. So in the beginning of the fourth chapter, four sets of questions were asked by the sages of Nimisar and Suti Goswami. Which are those questions? The first was that about the history of Srimad Bhagavatam. Second was that what is the inspiration for Srila Vyasdev for writing Srimad Bhagavatam? That the first set of question was third set of question was in relation to the Sukhdev Goswami. He was liberated soul. And he always roamed like uh, it's very difficult, to understand the activities of liberated person. So how he was recognized by the people when he entered into the assembly of Parikshit Maharaj. So that was the third set of question. Then fourth set of question was that about Parikshit Maharaj. So what uh, how the Parikshit Maharaj took birth was a great king. Okay, all those things were asked. You can refer those questions. Then he has all the enemies were surrendered to him. All were paying tax to him. Then why he decided to leave everything and sat on the bank of Ganga fasting till death. Of course, being a devotee, he was already detached. His life was only meant for the serving people in general. This body was not belong to him, but it was meant for the people in general. So then why? In that sense also why he gave up everything and decided to sit on the bank of Ganga fasting till death. That was the question. So now if you see, the first three questions are already answered. That what was the inspiration for Srimad Bhagavatam, writing Srimad Bhagavatam? What is the history of Srimad Bhagavatam? What is the inspiration for Vyasdev to write Srimad Bhagavatam? Third set was that Sukdev Goswami, how he was recognized. This was related to Sukdev Goswami. So these things were already answered. We discussed till the seventh chapter, verse number 12. Today, we are going back to the question number 4, which are related to Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, so if you go through that, so which all questions were asked by the sages of Navishar and in relation to Parikshit Maharaj, there were different sets of questions were asked. So please remember these questions, okay, because if you understand this question, you will understand whole Bhagavad. So yeah, so these are the questions related to Parikshit Maharaj. It is said that Parikshit Maharaj is a great first class devotee of the Lord, that his birth and activities are all wonderful. Please tell us about him, birth and activity. So how Parikshit Maharaj took birth? That is the first question. Okay. Activities and birth of the Parikshit Maharaj. What are the other questions in relation to Parikshit Maharaj? He was a great emperor and possessed all the opulence of his acquired kingdom. He was so exalted that he was increasing the prestige of the Pandu dynasty. Why did he give up everything to sit down in the bank of Ganges and fast until death? The third question was in relation to same Parikshit Maharaj. He was such a great emperor that all his enemies would come and bow down at his feet, surrender all their wealth for their own benefit. He was full of youth, strength, and possessed kingly opulence that were difficult to give up. Why did he want to give up everything, including his life? What are the fourth question in relation to Parishit Maharaj? Those who are devoted to the cause of personality of Godhead live only for the welfare, development, and happiness of others. They do not live for any selfish interest. Even though the emperor was free from all attachment to worldly possession, how could he give up his mortal body, which was the shelter for others? These are the four questions asked by sages of Nimisharani. Sukdev Goswami listened to Parikshit Maharaj. So now we'll start with the birth and activities of Parikshit Maharaj. That is going to be answered here. So we were on the verse number 12, 11 we have completed. There he says, There he says, Parikshito atham rajasir jarma karma vilapanam samstacha pandaputranam vakshe krishna kathodayam. So Sut Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Shonak. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord, Sri Krishna, and the topics of the birth, activity, and deliverance of King Parikshit. Narration of the Lord Krishna and topics of the birth, activity, and deliverance of King Parikshit. So the sages among the king, as well as topic of the renunciation of the worldly order by the son of Pandu. Now he's to narrate the activities of now why Pandu's uh, renunciation of the worldly order by the son of Pandu, why they are coming. Question is that because Parikshit Maharaj activity will not be explained unless and until he becomes king. Parikshit Maharaj cannot become king unless and until Pandava retires. That's why Sud Goswami is also going to narrate story that how Pandavas retire timely. Now, why he's talking about Lord Krishna's activity? That is another point. Because Lord Krishna's activity is related to Parikshit Maharaj. The question was just in relation to Parikshit Maharaj. Of course, what are the various pastimes of Lord Krishna? So one of the pastimes is also there. There are a few questions which were asked in the first chapters are also answered. Don't worry about that. But okay, Pandavas will not return unless and until Krishna withdraw his pastime. Okay. Now, why Krishna withdraw his pastime? Before that comes the battle of Mahabharata. That history is going to be narrated. So that history begins from the end of the war of Mahabharata. Okay. So that is what is going to be explained by Sutta Goswami. So he says, Yathamruthe Kauravasicyanam Viresvatho Viragatim Gatesu Rukodara Vija Gadabimarsha Bhagno Dande Rashtra Putre Bharto Priyam Dronir Iti Smapashyan Krishna Sutanam Swapatham Siramsi Upahara Priyam Eva Tasya Jugupshitam Karma Vikara Hayanti. Now, so this is the beginning after the uh, just all the Kauravas were killed, almost everyone was killed except five Pandavas. And then his five sons were left. Aswathama was alive and Duryodhana was struggling. Okay, he was also at the deathbed. This is how it's beginning. Okay. So that's what Goswami is saying. When the respective warriors of both the camps, namely the Kauravas and Pandavas, were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the dead warriors obtained their deserved destination. And when the son of Dhritarashtra held down, son of Dhritarashtra means Duryodhana here, held down lamenting, his spine broken, being bitten by the club of Bhimsen, son of Dronacharya. Hmm. Son of Dronacharya beheaded the five sleeping son of Draupadi and delivered the head as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would be pleased. And Duryodhana, however, disapproved of the heinous act. He was not pleased. How it's beginning, how Goswami is beginning, that all the warriors in the camp of Kaurava and Pandava were killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And dead warriors have already reached their destination. And now who was left? Only Dhritarashtra, son of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana was left, lamenting. He was struggling, his spine was broken by the club of Bhimsen. So at that time, what happened? The son of Dronacharya, he got an idea. Oh, son of Dronacharya has got the subordination. He was subordinate to Duryodhana. Duryodhana was king, would be king. Yuvraj, and Ashwatthama was his servant, subordinate. So Ashwatthama wanted to please Duryodhana. Just to please Duryodhana, what he thought, oh, let me, okay, Pandavas are alive, we cannot kill Pandava, but let me finish the dynasty of the Pandava. Let me kill all the son of Pandava, so then there will be no one to carry on the dynasty of the Pandava. So thinking that way, what Ashwatthama did, he killed the 5 sons of Pandavas through Draupadi. All 5 sons were killed when they were sleeping. Basically, they were assassinated. They were killed when they were sleeping. Okay. So what he did, we had the 5 sleeping son of Draupadi and deliver the head as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would be pleased. So Asatama was thinking, if I do this thing, then definitely Duryodhana will be happy. What was the Duryodhana's reaction? Duryodhana, however, disapproved the Duryodhana. Even though Duryodhana was enemy of the Pandava, still he was not against the principle of the war. He said the children, son of Pandava should not be killed when they were sleeping. Duryodhana has disapproved of the heinous act of Ashwatthama. So he was not pleased at all. So that is how it's beginning. Okay. Then the next comes that Matasi Punani Dhanam Sultanam Visamyam Ghoram Pari Tapyamana Tadharudhapsa Utvaspa Kalakulakshi Tam Santavyanaham Kiritamali. Now, can you imagine if someone's son died, what will happen to mother and they are especially young and they are assassinated? Draupadi, the mother of 5 children of the Pandavas, after hearing of the massacre of her son, began to cry in distress with eyes full of tears. Trying to pacify her, in her great loss, Arjuna spoke to her thus. Draupadi was crying. You can imagine what will happen to mother, right, when son died. What Arjuna says, Sada suchaste pramuchami bhatre yad brahma bandho sira atatainah Gandivam ukte visikher upahare swakramya yatsnasyasi jagda putra. So he says, O gentle lady, so Arjuna is telling to Draupadi, O gentle lady, when I present you with the head of that Brahmana, after beheading him with the arrows from my Gandiva bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Arjuna said, I will pacify you by cutting the head off, slashing the head of Ashwatthama. Then I will wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then after burning your son's body, you can take your bath standing on his head. Arjuna promised her like this thing. So as per Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes, you should read this thing. So there are 6 kind of aggressors. Which are the 6 kind of aggressor? Can anyone remember? Prabhupada writes in the chapter number 1, verse number I think 36 or 37. Advaita Atataina Tasman Nara Vayam Zatarashvan Pandava. There are 5 kind of aggressors. They should be killed immediately. If you are authorized to do that. So remember this word, if you are authorized to do that. Kshatriya and governments are authorized, not we. Which are those 6 enemies? Enemy who sets to house, घर को जला देता है. Someone who administers poison, attack all of sudden with deadly weapons, plunder the wealth, or observe agriculture field, or entice one's wife is called aggression. These are the 6 atataina. They are aggression and they should be punished immediately. So if you see, all those things were happened with Pandava. Their house was set to fire. Okay. They were given poison when they were child. And Pandava's sons were attacked by deadly weapon. But Pandava were also attacked. And their wealth was plundered. and their land was also taken away, and their wife was also insulted. Pandava has right to kill Duryodhana, and all those things was done by Duryodhana and his company. That's a proof that such a aggressors, though he be a Brahmana or a so-called son of Brahmana, so-called son means, okay, of course, Asatthama was the son of Dronacharya, who was the Brahmana, but Asatthama has no good and karma of Brahmana. That's why it's known as Trija Bandhu. It's okay. He has taken a birth as a son of Brahmana, but he has not Brahmanical qualification. His karmas are not like Brahmana. That's why he's called so-called son of Brahmana. And in such a situation, he has to be punished in all circumstances. When Arjuna promised to behead the aggressor named Aswathama, he knew well that Aswathama was the son of Brahmana, but because the so-called Brahmana acted like a butcher, he was taken as such, and there was no question of sin in killing such a Brahmana son who proved to be a villain. Of course, Aswathama, by good and karma, was not Brahmana at all. He acted like a butcher. Who killed the sleeping son of Pandavas, the Draupadi. That's why he must be punished, although he was Brahmana. As per Shastra, it is said, 5 types of people should not be punished. Women, children, old, elderly people, then Brahmana, and there are one more. Old people, children, women, and one who is weak. They should not be killed. Okay, but here, Aswathama's action and guna are not like Brahmana. So he must be punished. Okay. So in the next verse, it says, Iti priyam valgu vichitra jalpe sasantva itva achyutamitra sutha anvadravad kamsitah ugra dhanva kapidvajo guru putra rathena. So Arjuna, who is guided by the infallible Lord as a friend and driver, thus satisfied the dear lady by such a statement. So, सब बोल के उनको सांत्वना दिया, अरे जो जिन्होंने हमारे पुत्रों को मारा है उनको हम सजा देंगे. So he pacified his wife. Then what he did? Then he dressed in armor and armed himself with a furious weapon. So of course, Pandavas were okay. And then getting in his chariot, he set out to follow Swathama, the son of his martial teacher. The next verse he says, Samapatantam sa vilakshya durata kumara hotikna manarathena paradhravat prana pari suru vai ubhya yavadgam rudra bhaya yathaka. Aswathama, the murder of the princess, seeing from a great distance Arjuna coming at him with a great speed, fled in his chariot. So Aswathama saw that Arjuna is coming, so he also ran away. Okay, so how he ran away? He fled in his chariot, panic stricken, just to save his life, as Brahma fled in a fear from Shiva. According to Brahma, who once became allured by his daughter and began to follow her. So once what happened that Brahmaji was attracted by his daughter. So that's why he was chasing her. Shiva became angry. अरे आप ऐसे मेरी बहन के पीछे कैसे कर सकते? So Shiva attacked Brahma with his friend, and Brahmaji fled in the fear of his life. The same way Aswathama, he also did immoral activity. Seeing that he is going to be chastised by Arjuna, he is also running away. Okay, so yeah. In the next verse, he says, Yada saranam atmanam ek ikshata santavajinam asatyam brahma siromin atmatranam dijatmaja. So when the son of Brahmana Aswathama saw that his horse were tired, he considered that there was no alternative for protection outside of using the ultimate weapon, the Brahmastra, nuclear weapon. So, then when there is no alternative, at that time only Brahmastra should be utilized. Brahmastra is very, very powerful. It's equal to nuclear weapon. Okay. So although although the son of Dronacharya was not exactly qualified Brahmana, okay, the Brahmanas are called most intelligent men. Okay, it's not hereditary title. Your guna and karma should be like a Brahmana. So Aswatham is known as Brahma Bandhu. So you can say Brahma Bandhu. Okay. Dvijatmaja. Dvijatma means son of Brahmana. It's not Brahmana, but it's son of Brahmana. Being a friend of Brahmana does not mean that one is Brahmana by qualification. A friend or son of Brahmana, when fully qualified, can be called Brahmana, not otherwise. Since Aswathama's decision is immature, purposely called here in the son of Brahmana. So Aswathama took away Brahmastra. Aswathama, anyway, he has done previous. Even it was not approved by Duryodhana. Now he is again to save his life using Brahmastra. And apart from that, he doesn't know how to withdraw Brahmastra. Dronacharya, being pleased with Arjuna, he awarded him Brahmastra and he taught him how to withdraw the Brahmastra. But Aswathama was given Brahmastra out of parental affection by Dronacharya. So Aswathama didn't know how to withdraw the Brahmastra. Okay. So Aswathama, he immaturely used Brahmastra. That's why he is addressed here as a son of Brahmana, Dvija Bandhu. Okay. Then he says, Atho Upaspashya Salilam Sanjagde Tat Samahitam Ajannapi Samharam Pranapruchya Upastite. Since his life was in danger, he touched the water in sanctity. He concentrated upon the chanting the hymn for throwing the nuclear weapon. Nuclear weapon is Brahmastra. Although he did not know how to withdraw such a weapon. So it's true. Then says, okay, Prabhupada writes so nicely here that the subtle form of material activities are finer than the grosser method of material manipulation. Such a subtle form of material activities are effected through the purification of sound. Earlier, there was by sound, they are so powerful in meditation and mantra that just by mantra, reciting the mantra, they can invoke the weapons. That much powerful they were. Okay. Tatapradhuskrutam tejam prachanda sarvat isam prana padma abhipreksham Vishnu Vachaha. Thereupon, glaring light spread in all directions. So when nuclear bomb was released, it was so much radiation. When Brahmastra was released, glaring light was in all directions. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought his own life is in danger. And so he began to address Lord Krishna. Arjuna also knew how to release Brahmastra. He knew that Brahmastra has been released, but he didn't release any Brahmastra. He began to address Lord Krishna. He asked the Lord Krishna what to do. Then he said, Arjuna Acha. So you should remember this verse. Huh? Krishna Krishna Mahabhavo Bhaktanam Abhayamkara. So Eko Dahiyamananam Apavargo Asti Samsrute. He says, Krishna Krishna Mahabhavo. He says, Oh my Lord, Sri Krishna, you are Almighty Personality of Godhead. Krishna Krishna Mahabhavo. He is Almighty. He is a Bhaktanam Abhayankaram. Okay, he is a okay. So he makes his devotee Abhay, his devotee protection. Therefore, only you are competent to instill the fearlessness in the heart of your devotee. Krishna Krishna Mahabhavo. Oh Lord Krishna, you are the Almighty Personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. You are so powerful. Brahmastra is very, very powerful. Of course, compared to Brahmastra, Naranastra is powerful. Okay. But Arjuna is taking the shelter of Krishna. So from this we learn, from this, of course, still Arjuna knew how to counteract Brahmastra. He knew. But still, he is taking the opportunity to take the shelter of Krishna. So in our life, we should learn that whenever there is any danger, okay, we may not the solution, but we should take the shelter of Krishna. That's why it is said every obstacle in our life is an opportunity to surrender to Krishna. We should learn this lesson. Although Arjuna knew how what is the solution, what to do, still he took the shelter of Lord Krishna. That's what Krishna Krishna Mahabhavu Bhaktana Abhayankara. Please remember this. Krishna Krishna Mahabhavu, oh my Lord Krishna, you are Almighty Personality of Godhead. And we have unlimited energy. Therefore, only you are competent to instill the fearlessness in the heart of your devotee. Okay. Then he says, Swam eko dahyam mananam. Everyone in the flame of material miseries can find the path of liberation. Swam ekam dahyam mananam apavargo asi samsrute. Everyone in the flame of material miseries can find the path of liberation only in you. You are only the liberation giver, no one else. Apavarga. Apavarga means Apavarga here is translated as a liberation. So what is the Pavarga? Prabhupada read this many times. Pavarga means if you see our alphabets, ka, kha, kha, ma, ma, bha, there is a Pavarga in that. Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. You see that our ka, kha, kha. You see our alphabets. There is the Pavarga series. Pa means parishram. You do lot of hard work. When you are in the material world, you do lot of hard work, parishram. So when you do parishram, what will happen? Papa, and form will come out from your mouth. It is called phena. Okay. So although you are doing lot of hard work, okay, parishram, then a lot of form will come out, phena will come out, but everything goes bekar. So everything bekar, bekar. Vyartha, vyartha, bekar. It becomes useless. That is called pa. And still, when you become bhaya, you have a bhaya because of everything has become useless, you are in danger. So you are bhaya. Last is pa, ba, ma, mrityu. So and you are afflicted by death. This is called the pavarga of the material world. Apavarga means the one who is free from this pavarga. That is in the stage of liberation. That's why it is mentioned that everyone in the flame of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. Krishna Krishna Mahabhav Bhaktanam Abhayankara. From eko dahyamananam apavargo asi samsritah. Hope please memorize this verse. Sanchit Prabhu, please memorize this verse. Harsha Prabhu, you also memorize this verse. Very, very important. Okay. So in the next verse, he says that then Arjuna is addressing Krishna. Tam Adya Purusha Sakshat Isvara Pati Para Maya Vidasya Chichaktya Kevalya Sita Atmani. You are original personality of Godhead who expand himself all over the creation and is transcendent to material energy. So Krishna is beyond all material energy. You have cast away the effect of the material energy by dint of your spiritual potency. Material energy doesn't work wherever there is a spiritual potency. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Maya Dakshana Prakrute Suyate Shrecharasana. Hetu Nanana Kunta Jagati Parivarta. If someone takes the shelter of Krishna, he cannot be affected by the Maya. They are always situated in the eternal place and transcendental knowledge. He is glorifying Krishna. And what he says? Sa eva jivalokasya maya mohita chetasa vijatsye svena viryena sreyo dharma lakshanam. And yet, though you are beyond the purview of material energy, you execute the core principle of liberation characterized by the religion to so on for the ultimate good of the conditioned soul. You are beyond the purview of material energy. Okay, he doesn't need to do, but Krishna says, just to set an example, I do. यदि यदा आचरति श्रेष्ठ तथा तेवे तरजना Seth Pramanam Purite Lokas Tadanu. Whatever great personality will do, people will follow him. Just to set an example, Krishna has to do this thing. Because he's the leader. If Krishna doesn't do, then people will also not do. अब जो बोलोगे वो नहीं करेंगे. So whatever you will do, people will follow. So just to set an example, Krishna follows this all this beyond the material energy, but he executes the four principle of liberation, characteristic by dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. And so for the ultimate good of conditions. So to guide the people in general, it does all those things. You can read in Krishna. And he says, Thayam chavata raste bhara jihirsaya swanam cha ananya bhava nam anudhyanaya jaspruta. Thus you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those are your exclusive devotee and are constantly wrapped in meditation upon Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Why he appears? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata aprithanam dharmasya tadatmanam sujami paritrāṇāya sadhūnā vināṣaya ca duṣkritam dharma samsthapanāya sambhavami yuge yuge. He appeared to establish the lost religion and to protect the sadhus. That's what Arjuna is saying. Oh Krishna, you told me in Bhagavad Gita. So he's repeating that. Okay. So he comes to remove the burden of the world, benefit his devotee, and who are constantly in the rapt meditation upon Krishna. If you are constantly thinking of the Krishna, then definitely we are protected. This is Nigamsi Kruto Veti Deva Devana Vidmaya Ved Niham Sarvato Mukha Mayati Teja Par Darunam. O Lord of the Lords, how is that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around you, all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand it. So Arjuna is addressing Krishna. Then he says, so Bhagwan Vacha. So from here onwards, we'll discuss tomorrow. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, comments, feedback,